Alright, today's episode of building Savio's motor, we're going to be putting the heads and the top end of the motor and everything together. Last episode we put the whole bottom end together, the timing components and everything like that. Only thing we don't have on the bottom end right now is the oil pan. Savio's outside cleaning right now. So we had the block freshly decked from the machine shop when we had the engine assembled. We have the heads freshly resurfaced as well. Now we have the cometic gaskets. We got a slightly thicker gasket because we had the heads resurfaced again and we didn't want to run into any piston to valve clearance issues. So now that we have the gasket in place, this head I already put on here. So next step, we're going to start torquing. There's a torque sequence and torque spec for every head. You got to torque it in 3 stages.
Update on Savio's build. We got all of the aluminum shrouding done. Not inserted in, so it actually is all removable. You can take all the plates out, even when the windshield gets, or the rear window gets mounted back on. You'll be able to take this out and service it if you need to. We still have to put some gaskets around the bottom just for sealant. We did finish the plate up front. Did the plate for back here for his fuel cell. I have to cut it out. I'm also cutting out a section for his surge tank and a section for his battery. And those are, got the cradle done as well. So we're gonna have the battery go here. I still have to do some more brackets to make this a little stronger for the battery and the surge tank, but that's gonna get all hidden underneath here. The fuel pumps and filters, can't tell you about it yet. You just have to see the final product. But it's gonna look really sweet. Savio's gonna love it. He's not allowed to come over here till it's done. So it's gonna be a secret. But I'm gonna finish all this up today. I'm gonna have the surge tank mounted, the battery mounted, this cut out, the fuel tank put back in. Chris will be able to run all his lines and stuff. I still have to make a bracket and install that electric power steering pump from a Toyota MR2. If anybody's watching this,
That's actually from a Volvo, dude.
that's the Volvo one? I was wondering why it was so damn big.
Yeah.
So there's 3 different kinds you can get. You can get a Volvo, you can get the Toyota MR2, or you can get the Mini Cooper. Mini Cooper's a lot smaller, easier. There's tons of them out there. Everybody's taking the MR2 ones. So just find a crashed Mini Cooper and you can get the electronic power steering pump out of that. Cheat code. So I'm gonna finish up all the fabrication hopefully today. Probably not. Chris gave me till Friday, but I just found out that we have 10 days until Sebring, and this has to be there performing. So here's to it. Long nights and a lot of Gatorade because it's hot in here. It ain't like the other shop blocks, so you get spoiled over there with that AC. We got 1 fan, and if you know anything about welding, you can't run a fan while you're welding. It messes with the atmosphere. So we burning. I'm in shorts today. Look at that, I'm even wearing tennis shoes. First for everything. So currently I'm waiting for Chris to get here so we can go over placement for the fuel pumps, which are gonna go here and here. Also have to see where we're gonna put the power steering pump. So I'm thinking back in here, just like that, nice and cozy. I don't hate it. So my fuel pump brackets are actually going to be set at a 45. So they're going to be hidden. They're going to be hidden underneath. So all of the fuel lines that go to the tank and the surge tank are going to be hidden. So the only lines that are going to be visible are these ones, and then the 2 coming out of the fuel filter, and then also the primary fuel pump from out of the tank to the surge tank, and then feeds to these 2, which feeds to the engine. It's gonna be dope. Just wait. Rear end's done. I gotta cut 3 little holes right there and we're good. And then put it all back together. It's gonna be great. So I finished the plate for the top of the cradle. As you can see, turned out pretty good. Happy with it. Little custom drop downs for the fuel pumps and the fuel filter. Made a spot for the surge tank. Have all this room back here in case we had to add anything. The power steering pump, to make some brackets for it. But that's gonna go right there. Up enough away. I'm gonna build a plate around the back side of it to protect it from the tire. And I have to fix this bash bar that Savio broke off at Orlando. So yeah, I'm gonna take it all apart now. I have to do some reinforcements down below there. As you can see, the battery. I have to take and put some brackets between that bar underneath there and the plate, as well as over here underneath there. So I'm gonna take all this stuff out and attach everything again. Tie it all down. And then I get to remove all of this and seal it and put gaskets around it. You hear the train in the background. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. I'm gonna take all this stuff apart, back out, then put it all back together and remount. Savio's going and getting me all the hardware I need to mount everything. So while he's gone, I'm gonna take and make plates and brackets for the power steering pump. And then I have to go to the front of the car, put a bar across it, and make another plate for the oil cooler and the power steering cooler. So stay tuned. Yeah! Getting that engine put in tonight.
We got engines set.
We got engines.
Brake works.
Able to mount this sweet swirl pod up here for Savio. That came in on Friday, so we were able to do that on Friday. Bolted down his power steering bracket, our power steering pump. I have to cut out right around here because we finally got the fuel pump mounts. Now that I know where they're at and where they're gonna sit, I only need to cut out where those black marks are because the only part that's gonna go through are those sections and half of the fuel pump. So I'm just gonna notch that out, make that nice and neat. Fuel tank is bolted down. Have to make a battery bracket today, have to mount the surge tank today, and do this. And the rear end is done at that point. And then we go up front.
And then all that's left is running all the wires and
running all the hoses, all the wires. The only thing I have left fab-wise is going to be to make a new plate up front for his oil cooler and power steering cooler.
Awesome.
So we're gonna do, Grassroots provided those for us. They provided us all the fittings and stuff. It's supposed to be here this afternoon, so I'm excited. That's the only thing I have left that I have to fab. And then after that, I'm gonna be turning wrenches with Chris. So look forward to that.
All right.
All right.
I mean, everything that I do, I relate to real time. Woo! Woo! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is for the coolers. More. Yeah. Hey. What are you doing, man? I believe this is
You got all the hose.
all the hose. Yeah.
All the hose.
And then look at this. This is tight. The Christmas came early. My boys at Grassroots hooking it up. Like this. Make sure you guys check them out. They got good product.